In late summer, figs are at their peak, and when I see them, I can't help myself. I love to buy them because they're fantastic as is, because they've got that gorgeous sweet jam-like flavour, but I also like to use them for a really quick dessert, which is a combination of toffee, so sugar, and Madeira, and I'm also going to serve it with a Chantilly cream. Now, to make the toffee, we need some sugar, so just some caster sugar into a pan just like this one. We'll just sprinkle it in, and we're going to make a dry caramel. So we're going to turn the heat on, and please don't walk away when you're making a caramel like this because it gets really hot and can burn quite quickly. So I'm just going to shake the pan just so it's nice and even, and you'll start to see that the sugar will start to dissolve, it'll go clear, and then it'll become a nice golden colour. Now we can start prepping our figs. Now when you're choosing figs at the shop, you want to make sure that they're soft but still have a little give to them. They should have that beautiful purple colour if you're choosing these purple figs, and they should be unblemished just like this one. Now I'm going to cut them in half. I want to show you how gorgeous they are inside. What a treat. Absolutely perfect. Now, if you can't find figs because they're not in season, you can still do this recipe. It'll also work really nicely with some pears. So I'll just cut those open. And for this recipe, I'm going to cut 4. Look at that one, how interesting the insides are there. And the last one, just cut straight down. Okay, now the figs are ready to go into the caramel. I'm going to turn it off. You can see how golden it is and how fast this happened. So we're going to place them in, cut side down. You'll hear a sizzle. And this is almost going to form a lovely crust and almost accentuate the sweetness of these gorgeous figs. Now when you're working with figs, please bring them out of the fridge at least an hour before cooking with them. If you're going to eat them, just leave them in the fruit bowl. They always taste better at room temperature. All right, last couple of figs. And what I'm going to be doing is just cooking them on one side. Now what I'm going to do is add the Madeira. Now Madeira is a fortified wine, it's a cooked wine. It has a gorgeous toffee flavour, a nutty flavour, and it goes so well with figs. So in that goes, and that's going to make a beautiful syrup to go with it. What I like about this recipe is we're going to get the 2 textures of the fig. So we're going to get the raw figs on one side and then a cooked fig on the other side. So almost a hot and cold combination. Now I'm just going to give that a quick stir. Now I'm going to turn the heat back on and just allow that to bubble away so that fortified wine reduces. Now what I'm going to do is just gently swirl the figs in that toffee and Madeira just so they detach from the bottom. And even just give the pan a shake. And you'll see that Madeira reduce and it's going to become a sticky syrup and all the alcohol will cook off. This smells sensational. It's such a lovely combination. All right, so I'm going to keep an eye on them. Just turn the heat down ever so gently. Now for the cream. So I'm going to serve this with a Chantilly cream. Now this is the term we use in French for a sweetened cream. So with icing sugar and vanilla bean. Now use some cold cream. I'm using some thickened cold cream and we'll just place this straight into a bowl along with some icing sugar. And before I add my vanilla bean, I am going to turn the heat off and just let these figs sit in that sticky syrup. Now I like to use a fresh vanilla bean for this, so just take one out and we'll seal it up so they stay nice and fresh. And just warm it up between your fingers. This is always a good idea so we can extract as many seeds as possible. A small sharp knife will do the trick and we'll just cut that straight down the centre and then we'll scrape all of those lovely little jeweled seeds out. And I'll do that for the other side. And you don't have to waste this vanilla bean, you can just pop that into some caster sugar and it'll make some vanilla sugar. In that goes. Take all of them off my finger because I don't want to waste them. And then we'll whisk this until we get soft peaks. You can see that this is starting to thicken up nicely now, and just always check it. What you want is that cream to sit up proudly on the whisk. So a little longer Oh, that looks pretty good to me. Look at all those speckles of vanilla bean through that. This is the perfect accompaniment to so many desserts. It goes exceptionally well with these figs though. All right, figs, let's start to plate up. Just going to carefully use 2 spoons just to turn it around, and I want to show off the cut side. So we'll pop a few there on the plate. They are very sticky. And we'll pop one here. And I'm feeling generous, so I'm going to add 2 more onto the plate. And one over there. Look at that caramelized golden colour. And then for this Madeira syrup, just going to drizzle that over the top. Wow, look at that. Yummy. That looks pretty good. And finally, we're going to dress it with some Chantilly cream. Take that whisk out. And for this, you need a nice big dollop of it right next to them. 2 dollops, because there's lots of figs there. That is such a simple dessert. Figs, Madeira toffee, and Chantilly cream. It sounds very fancy, but look, that took 5 minutes to create. That's a winner for sure.